Hi, my name is Arne Pedersen from Awareness and Health. I'm a hypnotherapist, an energy healer, and a mindfulness spiritual teacher. And we're working on the theme of healing chronic pain. In today's episode, it's about healing chronic pain requires a supportive environment of self-care. And I've talked about self-care a lot, and I want to look at this from a different perspective today. And today I want to look at an example just to relate as an adult to children when we're younger, the habits that we learned when we were children, the things we learned when we were children about ourselves, how to take care of ourselves, what was expected, what wasn't, and just the habits we learned about how we relate to ourselves in the world. Those become habits that we generally follow as adults. So if we look at self-care from a point of children, we don't create the self-care for ourselves. It's actually created for us. And if we've got all of our bare essentials met, clothing, shelter, and food, we can cope and we can survive. But that's not enough to actually thrive. We actually need appreciation. We need to feel we matter. We need attention. We need affection, loving support. And we need to be encouraged through what we feel. We need to be allowed to feel what we feel. We need to be allowed to speak what's on our mind, express ourselves and things that we're interested in. We need to be supported and encouraged through what we're interested in. And that's the way that we actually get to build who we are and to build a project, to start something that's really, really hard and we don't know how to do it, but we're supported emotionally through it and encouraged and helped through it. Then we learn to build self-confidence. And so all of this is self-care that we're actually getting. We're getting this environment that our parents, and they're creating this supportive, loving environment, a holding space to help us grow and cultivating this environment within us so we can then learn to become confident, learn to get to know ourselves, learn to be able to put ourselves out there. And in that, the foundation is actually that self-care our parents created for us, the supportive, caring environment. Now, as an adult, it's not our parents or some other person now that's doing this for us. We need to actually create that holding environment, the supportive self-care foundation ourselves. Now, as children, if we didn't get enough of that in a lot of ways, if our parents didn't know how, if they didn't get it, they may not have been able to teach it to us. And quite often, our parents were only able to give us some of that stuff. And as we grew up as adults, we just thought the way we take care of ourselves is good, is taking care of ourselves. That if we're really not giving ourselves enough self-attention, self-appreciation, acknowledging ourselves for what we do, giving ourselves enough patience and loving encouragement, and if we're not creating that environment like we're what we need to thrive when we're children, we'll just be continuing on in this sort of coping, getting by environment, and there's not enough energy to go to thriving. There's not enough energy to go to actually healing our body, for our body to be in a homeostasis, that place of healing, supportive environment where we have enough energy for creativity, enough energy for our body to heal and rejuvenate, enough energy for excitement and passion and to follow our dreams. If we're just getting by, we don't have enough to go around for all of that. And so our body just goes into survival mode. So that's really important, this self-care. To really look into self-care, what is it for you? How do you take care of yourself? So I want you to think about this. How do you take care of yourself? Do you listen to your body when you're tired and actually take the time and go, oh, wow, I'm feeling tired, I'm going to rest? And then do you eat foods when you're feeling, wow, I feel like I'm hungry and I need some nutrients? Do you end up feeding your body in a way that feels good? If you feel you need some alone time, do you find a book or take a bath or go for a walk or do something, whatever it is for you where you feel you need alone time? Do you give that to yourself when you need it? Or do you say, well, I'll have time later, and do you put other people first? Do you set your boundaries and say, that's not okay at work or other places? Or do you listen to your body or your mind or your emotions when they say, I really want to spend time around so-and-so, or I want to spend time with family or loved ones? Do you do that? Do you reach out and call people? Do you put yourself in environments that feel good? Do you set boundaries for yourself when, wow, I've done this for enough, should stop now? Or do you put yourself out there if you feel you need to exercise more, or eat healthier, or maybe even eat less, or drink less, or smoke less, or whatever it is, the things that we tend to do, all these habits as humans that we have. If we look at balance and we really listen to our inner self, that's self-care, and we listen to our inner needs and to really look at all of the balance of everything we do. So what is self-care for you? That's the question I really want to put out there. What does that mean to you? Make a list, write down what the self-care is that you do. Could you do more this week to take care of yourself more, to give yourself more attention, more appreciation, more acceptance, acknowledging something you did really, really good, giving yourself that loving affection of taking the time to just take some downtime and rejuvenate and fill up your reserves, taking some time off on the weekend or getting away on a road trip, or whatever it is for you is self-care. Are you giving yourself that foundation that you really, really need? It's really important. And with this, I really want to leave you with that for this week. What can you do this week to add self-care? And please leave comments. I'd love to hear them. What can you add on your list of self-care? An idea. You could even Google self-care and go, what does self-care mean? If you don't really know it. Because as children, if we didn't learn it enough, if we didn't get our needs enough beyond our bare basic essentials, then we may just be operating on these old ways and not realizing that we maybe in some way don't feel good enough to receive enough time for ourselves. We don't feel worthy to take that time. Maybe we don't feel worthy to set a boundary or something and just make that time for ourselves. Or maybe there's a place in your home that you need to just change and just feel really good just for you. What is it for you? So I really want you to contemplate that and think about that. And I have a lot more videos, and if you want to check my YouTube channel and subscribe if you like those videos, go ahead, go there, check it out and subscribe. And as well, on my website, there is a free video on there, or audio, at the top in the header there. There's a box you can fill out, put your email address and your name in there, and I'll send you a free audio that'll help you to relax away stress and tensions. That's self-care. Listening to something that's going to help you feel better and feel more relaxed, that's self-care. So looking into that, what is self-care for you? And so next week I look forward to talking with you. That's going to be another interesting topic on this same theme of healing unresolved, or healing chronic pain and unresolved trauma. Sort of last week or episode it was, or the last theme, unresolved trauma. But with chronic pain we can get emotional, physical pain that's stuck and it can't move through. So this foundation of self-care, self-love, self-attention, self-appreciation, really listening to ourselves, really helps our body to go back into the healing state. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And leave your comments. What is self-care for you, and what is it you can add to self-care this week? Thank you for watching. My name is Arne Pedersen.